Hi, it's Tina and welcome back to TNT Crochet Hookers where knit happens. Hi, if you've never been here before, welcome back if you have. I've been absent for a couple of days. Vlogtober is kind of getting more like vlog, skip a couple days tober. So with work and everything in life, it's just, there's times I need to rest. So, and I am having a little bit of flare up lately, so we're just going to go with it. I wanted to actually unpin these while on camera so that we can actually see how well, because like I said, this is the first time I've ever blocked, so I really don't know how this is supposed to turn out, if this is really, I mean, I have no idea. So we're going to do this together quickly. My husband is actually unpinning one off camera to kind of help me do this a little bit faster. And this way you guys can just see that, you know, there's no camera, funny camera business. We are actually doing this now. And I mean, not to say we couldn't like fake it, but I'm not very good at that. So I am just going to, and as you can tell, I probably put like 100 pins in this one freaking block because I was so worried about it. But it's actually interesting because it's not really shrinking up. I thought for sure it'd just like go suck up and be done or whatever, but it's actually holding its shape. And the one my husband's doing looks like it's holding its shape fairly well too. I'm sure he's gonna, once he gets done, he'll pass it off to me or sneak it over to me somehow. He loves being the cameraman, but he's a little shy, so you'll probably hardly, if ever see him. So let's see, this is just about done, and I'm down to the last one, and yeah, it's holding its shape. It actually looks pretty good. Or I could be wrong, it is shrinking up a hair, but I guess that's okay. Or maybe it might be the stitch for this one, because this one's like one of those kind of stretchy ones, so I guess that one will be fine. But the width on it, so this portion here is actually holding its shape, and I didn't know if it would. So I really like this. Again, this is the first time I've ever blocked. I've never done this before. And then I have this one as well. I was actually, it's weird because the book that they give you to do this, my husband years ago bought me one, that the actual book, but it was for crocheting, and I gotta tell you, I've been trying to find it for honestly weeks now. Yes, my house is that cluttered. I have a lot of people here. So when I put something in a safe spot, let me tell you, it's a safe spot. It's never going to be found. Probably won't be found until, you know, we purge our house or sell it or whatever. No, I'm not moving. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just saying. It's just going to be very hard to find. I do like these T ones because you can just hook your fingers around and just grab a hold of these. And this one is curling up a tiny bit, but when I initially did this, it was really curling up. So this actually isn't too bad. I was kind of worried about it being wet and the pins rusting a little bit. Ha! I did two to your one. So here's the other, here's one, here's one, and it is kind of curling a little bit, but it's still fairly well holding its shape. So it is holding up, and they are fairly well staying approximately the size that they're meant to be. So I think this was definitely a plus. It was a bonus. I didn't think I would be someone who would ever block, but I'm really trying to learn to knit. I really want it to end up being a kind of one of those, again, heirloom projects where it just, I can pass it on to my kids later on, or maybe as a gift. But also, I've been working on my Tunisian. This one is called the Honeycomb stitch. I'll probably, I really just have a couple of books that I've been trying to reference and trying to read to try to get some ideas for. But this one in particular, and I'll give you all the book references. I have these 3 Tunisian books. Even, so it's, and if you go onto Amazon, you can usually, like if they have a deal for it, it's, like when I clicked on volume 1, it ended up offering volume 2 and 3 as a little bonus, and they were all at a discounted price. So, and of course, you know, you get the Amazon free shipping for Prime, and that worked out pretty good. This I actually did watch a tutorial for, like, pretty much honestly the first couple of minutes, and it was just to say it's this stitch and this stitch, but I am going to reference that in my notes, just because again I really did only watch it for like just the first couple of minutes, and that was it. But this is the Honeycomb stitch, and it looks really cute. I like it. And what I was telling you before is that I plan on doing several washcloths and just putting them like as little sets for my kids, you know, when they get their own place. I don't know if that's really ever going to happen. Let's get for real with the economy and everything. Yeah, I think they're long term, but that's okay because we like having them here. We enjoy their company. We think they enjoy ours because they're not going anywhere. But the yarn I'm using is the little doll pop, and it's from Yarn Bee. There's a lot of times that if you go to Hobby Lobby online, and this is a Hobby Lobby brand, the Yarn Bee, they will have these like on discount. So this one was discounted at the time that I got it, and they had another special like online deal. So this one here is called Apple Sense, and what I'm doing is I'm just basically, so I can get enough practice for it, I'm making 6 of each pattern with that particular color. So I will do 6 of this one color in this one pattern, and then I will move on to the next one. I've already done, I finished my knit, and they weren't kidding. When they say knit, it is nice and thick and plush. It really is. So with this one, this is more like one of those washcloths you would get in a spa or something. Not like I've really been to too many spas, but I can imagine this is so squishy. It's just so squishy. So and then I just, because I ran out of yarn, this was a yarn eater. So I just used regular cotton because I figured it's a little rougher, and this way if you need to do a little exfoliating, it'll work. So that was this one, and this was the simple Tunisian stitch, and I was actually able to do the full stitch, then do 3, and it's all I'm doing is for the border, it's just single crochet 3 rows around. That's it, and I do it for every single one. So and again, each one is going to have its own color. So as I move on, hopefully, you know, it'll be a nice large set that, you know, is a keepsake for my daughters. And I do have it so where I will have a set for myself too. And that is what I'm working with so far with my Tunisian. I'm still reading up on it, trying to learn new stuff, getting my practice in. But today I mostly worked on my motifs for the shawl, the circular shawl, and this is the one. I'll show you the picture just as a reminder of what we're working on here. And it is very hard to see because it's a tiny picture. Let me see if I can find just a little bit. Alright, so I'm going to use this as my little cover so you don't really see any of the pattern. But it's this picture here. I know it doesn't look anything like it because they used a solid color, but I'm really loving my Witchy Brew Shawl design. It is really, I feel like it's being successful, but I did finish all of them. I do need to block each of them because I feel like the stretch will actually bring out that more of the design, more of the lace. I did start my second set of motifs, and it's more of a circular flower, almost like a spinning wheel, because if you stretch it out, you will see, I know there's a lot of strings here, you will almost see right here, there is like this little section of a spinning wheel, and it goes all the way around. So I think once it gets stretched and it's blocked, maybe it will pop out a little bit more. I was debating on having these stay the same color, but then just doing a solid color here so that this can be more pronounced, and then edging it. I did the edging for both the same exact color, which is, let's see if I have it in here, which is this one here. And again, this is from MadScience, so that's what I'm trying to do, just so it can kind of incorporate with both motifs, so both motifs will kind of connect. I'm still going to do, I do have this one little one, but I don't think I'm going to use this color for it. I think I'm going to stick with this as the little smaller motifs, square motifs in between each of them. So I'm going to use this instead of this. I may just stick that in there just for giggles, you know. But that is where I'm at with this. I've been working on it. This one curls up an awful lot, so I can't really wait to see for it to actually be blocked. I really only have 4 more left of them to make. It does take a little bit of time. The strings, because I'm switching the colors, we all know how that works. There's a lot of stuff I've got to sew in. But I'm going to kind of, you know, sit in my car before I go to work, enjoy some coffee, watch some YouTube channels, and I'm just going to sit and relax and do it, because I find it, no one likes to sew. No one likes to sew in ends, and if you do, yay, give me your recipe on it. But I am teaching myself, I am trying to get myself to find it more relaxing and not such a chore. And even today, I just had the windows rolled down because in Virginia, it is starting to get chilly. Fall has arrived. Praise Jesus. It has been, it was a brutal summer. It was hot. But now it was really nice. I had the windows down a little bit. I had the fresh air. Yeah, it was really good. It was very relaxing. So, that is what I've been working on. And these Tunisian, I don't have super expensive ones. This came in a whole set, just from really skinny, probably I'll never use because they're super skinny, but you never know. I got this on Amazon. Yes, we're Amazon Prime, so if I find a good deal, that's what I'm going with. I figured since I'm still in those learning stages, I did see some really nice, I guess they're interchangeable cords, where you just twist off the top and you have the nice long cords where you can do the Afghans and everything. I have found a set I really, really would love to get someday. But until then, and until I get feel more confident and have the practice, I got these, and it was a set of, I think, 10, and they were like, I really want to say it was on sale, super inexpensive. It was less than $10, and I'm using 6mm right now. I figured it's a decent size. It's a great learning size. It's big, so I don't feel like it's just too tiny to work with, but it's not so big it's, you know, bombarding. But this has been working for me. I'm going to do this. I'm going to practice my stitches, and once I feel a little confident, I already have the shawl picked out that I want to do that's Tunisian. And yes, it is in the Shawl Project. It's actually in book 2, not this book. So book 1, I'm focusing on this, And in book 1, I'm also going to, I'm really considering doing these, the whips on sticks. I already have that picked out. I think I'm still a little bit up in the air, but I'm really nailing it down to this shawl, which is Normore Lock. And whoops, let's do this. Here it is. It is really pretty. I just feel like with these tiny areas, I can maybe do stripes and then incorporate the larger hank when the time comes on the 31st to open it. I feel like it is one to where I really need to open them all, get the colors somewhat in an order that I think will be cohesive, and blend it in with the larger hank. I think my goal is not going to be like just a neck scarf. I really want this to get as wide as possible, so where it is a full scarf. I'm not scarf, sorry, shawl. So that's the goal with that. And now it's time to open. We need to open from the 15th through to the 18th. And I want to pick up a pin that I accidentally just dropped because I'll be the one who steps on it. And let me tell you, I've done very, very good with my language, but I will tell you, if I get a pin in my foot, it's going to fly. And I would hate to do that, and we'd have to start all over. And then here's my little prize for the 31st. But here's the 15th. I don't know if this glue is just getting more like resilient, because let me tell you, it's getting harder and harder to get through this. And this one, unfortunately, it did end up with a tiny bit of a hole in it. So that one I'm going to have to mend. It's got a little hole in it. But here's some more blue, so that is perfect. Because I'm not sure if this shawl requires a border, but if it does, I want to make sure I have enough of a particular color so that it will actually work. So I almost feel like because it's 10 grams each, so far I ended up with 30 grams of this one particular color so far. So now let's go to day 16, and again we're going to kind of go through this. Wow, I think this glue really is like turning to like Gorilla Glue or something. So I did get another gray one with the green, and it's just the many different tones of the gray. It's right here. So maybe if I do end up with more of these, I may do it on the circles, especially since I already have one done. But you need a lot of these little circles. And now these circles will turn into squares, because as you stretch it, where you connect, it almost gives it, even though it's mostly been done in the round, it does give it the illusion of a square. So I have plenty of these. Well, I may have plenty of yarn to do it, but I think I would actually need 20 grams because it does require quite a few of these. Okay, we're going to go to 17. Oh, there we go. Here is some more of the orange. Now this was the orange with a little bit of black in it. After I worked on my initial motifs, which is this area here, I actually only ended up with this much left. So there was not a lot of it left. Now we have another one. So I'm not sure if I will need to do anything else with this, but also what I was thinking is if I have enough yarn, I may actually make another one and give it to one of my daughters, because they seem to be really liking this project. They're actually getting pretty into it. I've got another blue, So that's up to 40 grams of the blue with the green. And again, I don't mind that. I think that's fine. I think at this point, everything that I open now will actually be multiples of different colors. So here's the blue, the gray that I have, and the orange. I will tell you, I'm actually really hoping I get more of this because I really need this color to finish these motifs, because I really am trying to edge this in this color, and I will be really sad if I have to undo all these just so I can, well, I just have to undo the one. But I really am kind of hoping that I end up with more of this color. And it's kind of neat because the way in which I'm planning it now, I am assuming a little bit, I could be completely wrong, but I am assuming that I'm going to get more multiple colors. Like, I haven't seen a new color in a while, and that's okay with me. You know, this has been exciting. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed the thinking process of how I want to make my art, because again, we're making art here, and I'm really looking forward to be able to wear it. I think my goal is, unfortunately, I work very late evenings, so, but we are going to do a couple of Halloween activities, like prior to Halloween, and so I kind of want to be able to finish this shawl and be able to kind of wear it to those events and maybe dress up as a witch, and I will really have a Witchy Brew Shawl. So I'm looking forward to it. Now my other one, unfortunately, because I really do want to open everything and kind of get it completely, this is the one where I can not be so spontaneous. I'm really loving it as well, but I really want to plan this one out. I want it to be the way it will flow, it will look amazing. So that one may have to wait a little bit, but I'm okay with that. It's good. Alright, so we're going to open Whips on Sticks, and I will tell you, and I might have not said it before, but they both have Christmas advent calendars. And I do have, for each of these companies, I have the Christmas ones coming in. A lot of those won't be arriving until November. So in November, as I start getting them in, I'll let you know. If any of them come a little late, I'll let you know. I'll keep you posted on all of it. But again, if you're interested in doing any type of these, you really, really may want to start getting on the ball. When I looked this past weekend, just to, you know, check things out, they're getting fewer and fewer. So, and especially that's understandable, because a majority of the small companies that do this, they have to get their mailing list done. They've got to get all these orders out. And some of them may have, and when I've talked to a few of them online, and that was one thing that was really wonderful. I want to say out of all of them, I was in contact with 7 different people, and they were just, I would ask a question, and it was within an hour I was getting replies. Never had a problem with any of it. Even when I was a little worried about the MadScience coming in, we were in contact one morning and just back and forth, and everything was great. She made me feel great about it. I had no worries. So, but again, if you are interested in doing the advent calendars and giving yourself a little treat for the holidays, I would say kind of get on the ball. And again, I don't get endorsed by any of these, but I would hate for you, if you are interested in it, I don't want you to miss out. Okay? So let's open this up. Day 15. Oh, and there's extra goodies. I can feel it. Oh, and my grandson did try that sour candy, and we went to film it, and he gobbled them down like it was nothing. I was so disappointed. I wanted him to pucker up and everything, because my mouth was like tingling. I don't do sour at all. And no joke, that child ate it like it was nothing, and I was so disappointed. So, but he liked it a lot, and he wanted more. He was like, come on. And just let you know, I did eat the lollipop, and it was really, really good. It was great, but it had almost like this a hint of mint to it, and it was like an adult, not with alcohol or anything, but it was an adult flavor for our adult palates that I really enjoyed it. And it was, yeah, I could have used a couple more of those suckers. They were good. We have a Kit Kat, which I promise you will not be shared by anyone but me. No, I lie. I'll probably give my husband a bite. We'll split it. He's such a great cameraman. And some darning needles. You can't go wrong with a darning needle. And let me tell you, I have these things stashed everywhere and I lose them all the time. So this is awesome. When I clean out my couches, I definitely at least always find one or two. I also find crochet hooks. I find a lot of stuff. Scissors. Yeah, I find a lot of things in there. And this one says, "Oh my ground." Now this one actually reminds me a lot of this color. So maybe we're going to get some repeats for this as well. And that's really going to help me, because it's going to help me decide the order. Because for this one, I've been in such debate of putting it in two separate areas, and now I don't have to worry about it because I can. So that is going to be phenomenal. Now this one has a little bit, I don't think it actually is the same colors. I think it's kind of changed up a little bit. And I really won't know until I actually have it in the cake. But I feel like there's a lot more of the richer orange in this one compared to the other one. But I just love these light greens with the cream in it. It is so beautiful. This is just so wonderful. And it is, oh my ground, because what are you going to find on the ground but beautiful leaves falling? So here's that one. And I gotta tell you, I am loving the fact that I'm opening, that I wasn't able to film, because I'm kind of liking this opening a lot more all at once. This one at a time was killing me. I gotta tell you, I do not do well obviously with that. But I will do better for Christmas. I will try to promise that. There are no guarantees though, I'll let you know. And then this is a beautiful, oh it is, this is a really nice green, and I know exactly where I'm going to put it. I'm going to put it right in between there. Probably right there. I'm going to probably add this to here. Yeah, and break it up a little bit. Yeah, or even there. Yeah, I don't know. Yep, see, this is why I have to wait and just get all these, and I'm going to probably just spend a little afternoon with some coffee or some tea, and I'm going to have a little powwow with my friends here. Granted, I'm going to pull my husband in because I'm constantly going, so what do you think? What do you think? You probably get tired of hearing that. But look at all these beautiful colors. Oh, and look, there's a Picky Boo of purple here. Oh, this is really nice, kind of Walking Dead-ish. It's called Ghost Busters. Yeah, I can see that. That green slime guy, that's this one kind of here, this area here. And it's Ghostbusters. Let's see, so let's go on to the next one. Let me make sure I have it in order right. Yep, here's 17. That's 16. I've actually been doing it really well with not ripping up the bags and preserving them. Ooh, we've got some sugar sticks, pixie sticks. 2 different ones, so one for me, one for my honey. And then let's see what our little surprise is. Oh, look at this. It's called Forest Spirits. And doesn't that look like some tree bark, and as if you're out in the woods? And it's not too brown, so it almost gives it almost like that little creepy. Oh, and there's speckling in it too. You can see a lot of this rich speckling. So that's really nice. I like that. I like the fact that it will blend, because I will say I really like the, what was it, the cursed scroll, but I was trying to figure out how I could blend that in. But now, because there's this hint of the green, almost like a light moss, it could go perfect maybe right here. And then spread this out a little, slide it into here. That way it lightens it, breaks it up a little bit. Let me tell you, the wheels are spinning. It's igniting. The dynamite is lit. Okay, I've got my whole little candy pile going too. It's like trick or treats. This one here. Let's see what we have. Ooh, and now this is a richer brown. Not sure what this one says. Kate? I don't know. Dyslexic, sorry. I'm going to let him zoom in, and I'll probably ask my daughter, who's an English major, what it says. But it looks almost like it's a rich brownish purple, really. It's like almost like a deep brown purple. It's really nice. And I don't know how it's going to show up on camera, but this is very, very rich and deep. Got some ideas of where I'm going to put this, and it might actually cause me to rearrange some of these. I'm going to put you right there for now. But yep, there we go. We're getting some fuel going and some stuff is spinning. And I actually, once I get these done, I always just kind of tuck them in at the bottom. And I've been keeping them pretty safe and sound in my little bag here. But as soon as I get everything figured out of what I'm going to be doing, what I'm going to be creating, my goal is that all of these beautiful yarns are going to go right in my pretty little bag. And I do plan on using my cute little stitch marker, my little jack-o'-lantern. Love my little jack-o'-lantern. He is so cute. So, alright. I think we're good for now. It may be a couple of days before I film again. I'm still working, and Saturdays are my really long day. So, I think my goal is I will probably be filming on Monday. So that'll give us the 19th, 20th. Yeah. So we'll be opening 2. Not quite as many, but that's okay. Alright? So, I know it's a little of a mellow day. I'm kind of in a mellow mood. Thinking of mellow, all I'm thinking about now is marshmallow, so go figure. It's all the candy. If you have not subscribed, I hope you will. I hope you come and join us again. Get your crazy ideas going as well. Ignite your joy, your love of yarn. Join the YAW group, Yarns Anonymous. But guess what? We're not so anonymous, and we're not planning on stopping anytime soon. And that's a good thing. Art is our love. It is our creativity. We should embrace it and feel very proud of what we create. So, again, come back and see me. Make sure you hit subscribe. Hit the bell with the parentheses so that you're notified of every time I post something. Also, like, share if you want. I mean, there's no big thing on it, but hey, it's a bonus. So, I am up to 33 subscribers. So thank you everyone who's subscribed. I hope you are watching the videos and are enjoying them. My kids are kind of getting a kick out of it. My daughter insisted that there wasn't enough light on me, and I have like one of those, it's very hard for me to see. I have pretty good bifocals. So my husband, when I'm working with darker yarn, he realized I was like crocheting like this because I like to do the small crocheting too. And so I come home and he's got a box for me, and it's a light so I can actually see what I'm doing. also, he was looking for a while at the magnifying things, but I don't think I'm there yet. I think I'm still okay. I went to the doctor, got a new prescription, so I'm doing pretty good. But my daughter was sitting there complaining that she needs more light, so it's working twofold. So we move it into the living room so I can actually sit there and enjoy my yarny time, and then when it's time to film, we move it in here so that you know, you can see me and see the yarn. So May, that was for you. She was quite helpful. She's been doing very well with giving us suggestions. So I definitely know my kids are watching. My grandson loves it. He always says, Mimi, why are you on TV? So I'm liking that. And he likes to sit and watch it. So we kind of laugh at me together. So stay tuned. Hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.